No, a teleporter is not a portal. Totally different things. Teleporters are everywhere. Portals? There's one on each planet, or so the theory says. I haven't checked. But which one is better? What are they used for? And what the heck are glyphs and how do I find them? GoodGuysFree here with answers. And like always, I welcome comments with things I missed or got wrong. If you just want to know how to get the glyphs quickly, use the chapters to skip ahead. A teleporter is one of these things. There's one at every space station, and you can build one on your base and on your freighter. The Anomaly has a giant-sized teleporter, but it's still just that, a teleporter. To use it, interact with it. But where can you go? Well, hang on a sec with this. A portal, on the other hand, is a huge ancient structure. You can't build one, all you can do is find one. How? I'll explain in a few moments. First, why are there both portals and teleporters? Well, teleporters were in the game from day one. They allowed players to teleport between space stations. Portals were added in the Atlas Rises update and opened up the ability to travel to locations shared by other players. How? Using glyphs. Oh, okay, let's put things in order. A teleporter lets you teleport to other teleporters that you visited before, so when you reach a space station, interact with the teleporter to record its address in your save file. When you do, you will see other teleporters that you have visited, as well as all of your base computers, even if you didn't build a teleporter on that base. You will not see a teleporter leading to the space anomaly though. It's special. It's an anomaly in between realities. What you can see, however, are other people's bases in the same system, and sometimes also in nearby systems. This is especially prominent when you are playing an expedition. A portal is kind of a Stargate. You recharge it and select a target address of 16 glyphs, and it opens a wormhole to another location. But this is limited to other portals in the same galaxy. If you visited a space station in another galaxy, or you have a base in another galaxy, you can use a teleporter to reach it from any other teleporter. A portal is limited to the current galaxy, but if you have the destination address, you can get there. Doesn't matter if you've been there before or not. Somebody gives you the glyphs to their planet, you can go. So, we need to explain how to find a portal and how to obtain the 16 glyphs. The way to find a portal is a bit non-obvious. First, make sure you have some navigation data. This you get from glowing cubes on space stations and from every save pole like this one. With navigation data, go to the space station's cartographer and buy this kind of charts. Buy 5 to 10. These will help us look for an ancient monolith on the planet's surface. If you use it while in the station, it will randomly find a building, not necessarily a monolith, on a planet, but it will usually not be the planet closest to the stations. So if you want to find one on a specific planet, go to that planet. If you use it still in your ship, the animation is a bit shorter. Sometimes you'll find a monolith and sometimes it will be something else. If you find something else, just use another chart. If it says it cannot be used because another building of the same type is already marked, just try again and again until it works. Fly to the monolith you found. Land close to it. When you exit the ship, it makes a save. Remember that. Now interact with the monolith. At the end of the sequence, you are asked a question. The questions differ between star systems depending on the dominant race of the system. Try to guess the right answer. Remember, the Gek are traders, the Korvax value knowledge, and the Vy'keen are warriors. But don't worry, if you get the answer wrong, simply reload the autosave you made by exiting the ship and try again. Here's the non-obvious part. Once you get it right, you need to interact with it again. Now it will give you an option to locate a portal and require a tribute, depending on the dominant race of the system. In a Gek system, you will need a Gek relic. In a Korvax system, a Korvax casing. And in a Vy'keen system, a Vy'keen dagger. If you don't have it, just switch to creative mode before you exit your ship. Once paid, a portal location will be revealed. Another use for monoliths is to find Atlantid multitools. See the video on your screen for more information. Okay, fly to the portal and put a base computer nearby, so you don't have to search for a portal again in that galaxy. But be warned, you don't own the portal. Do not build anything that prevents other players from using it. If you do, they can report your base and you don't want that. I built a whole pyramid around a portal, but it's wide open for all to use. To use the portal, come here and interact with it. Recharge the portal and it will offer you to activate, meaning you will be able to enter the destination glyphs and open the wormhole there. The other option is to request this planet's address, but you can just enter photo mode and you'll see the glyphs in the bottom left corner. Okay, you can see I have only 4 glyphs. When you start, you have none. There is basically one place to obtain a glyph, an unknown grave. These are scattered on planets, but they're rare. There's a quick way to find them, but the main method is travelers. Ever see one of these guys on a space station? They look a bit ghostly and definitely not a Gek, Korvax, or Vy'keen. Talk to them, and if you choose the right dialogue options, you could get some nanites from them. Now interact again. One option will be to ask where they are from. It will cost you 100 nanites, but they will mark the location of their grave on a nearby planet. When you reach the grave, interact, and eventually you'll get a glyph. I found a post on Reddit, link in the description, for a planet that needs only 2 glyphs to reach it. And in that star system, you'll find bases that you can teleport to from the local station, and each has a grave. But there's a quicker way using the anomaly. This method was pointed out to me by a viewer, eCoffee71. Thanks, traveler! It involved going to the Nexus and looking for a mission to eliminate hazardous flora. The mission starts by you talking to the ghost of a fallen traveler, but we'll skip that. All you need to do is to start the mission, go to the planet and find the grave. Do not interact with it. Instead, put down a base computer and claim it. Fly back to space, summon the anomaly, and enter. Go to the Nexus and abandon the mission. Now go to the anomaly's teleporter and teleport to that new base. Interact and collect the glyph. You can delete the base if you like, go back to the anomaly and wait for another such mission. Once you have 2 glyphs, use that Reddit post and let us know how that works for you. If you found this useful, please don't forget to hit like. GoodGuysFree here, and I'll see you again soon.